Hello, I'm back with my Hoya collection number 2. If you guys didn't see my first video, it's like the only other video on my channel, so go watch that one first so you can see all my Hoyas. I said in that video that I was going to have to do several installments of videos to get through my whole collection, just because it's so huge and I don't have 2 hours to go through Hoyas with y'all because I have 2 little kids. So I'm just gonna keep rolling. It's Friday here in Texas, and it's gonna be over 100 this weekend, and I have some of my Hoyas outside, so I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm definitely gonna be out there spraying my outdoor guys. So I apologize, but I'm just gonna be turning around and grabbing Hoyas because there's some behind me, some beside me, and some in front of me. I'm gonna get through like 20 in this video. So if you guys want to connect on social media, my Plantstagram is Olivia's Greenhouse. So I'll see you there. This one we're starting with is one that my fave Hoya YouTuber, Leslie's Leaves, always talks about, and this is Hoya Bella, the variegated version. It's also called Louis Boy or Louis Boy. Super cute. I have a couple pots of this. I got it from a local grower, and it's not totally rooted, so it's looking a little scraggly, but this is a cute one. Hoya Bella is such an easy plant, super easy. Easy to bloom. It's I think the first Hoya that ever bloomed in my house, so that's pretty cool. And just put that down. And next I have Hoya Elliptica. I don't want to tip it over too. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so it is rooted in there. It's just very fragile. This is my Hoya Elliptica. I got this in a trade. I traded a stick of Melanochrysum verrucosum cross splendid, I think is the correct term. I traded this locally to a Hoya collector. So it's starting to grow. That new growth is with me, and it's still rooting, obviously. It just fell out. Here I have Hoya Vitellinioides, which I thought was Hoya Meredithii. I don't really know. I think Hoya Meredithii is more like neon, but I just can't really tell if it was reclassified to Vitellinioides or if it was, or they're just different plants. So this is a big guy. It's planted in a loop, which is slightly annoying, but this is a really easy grower, and it's getting a new leaf right here. I've taken a few cuttings of this guy. It's cool. It has a huge root system. Oh gosh. Can you see that little root coming out of the bottom? Oh, what? I mean, how much bigger does it want? This little guy is, I bought it as an auction in Rick and Swiffer's Facebook group, and I don't know really what I'm doing wrong, but this is supposed to be Laquinosa, or no, yeah, Laquinosa Supereskimo. It's cute, but the new growth is a little bit green. I know that's what happens with Splash. It's like totally based on conditions, but this one just grows like crazy. I can't wait to see this one bloom. I heard this one's pretty easy to get it to bloom. I don't see any peduncles yet. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't see any peduncles yet, but I'm sure we'll get there fast because this thing is just growing like crazy. Here is one of my difficult children. This is Hoya Maniperenzi. The reason that I love this Hoya so much is because of those little dorky shaped leaves, but then this new growth is coming out looking like blades of grass, or I'm just like, what? Okay. guess at least it's growing. It was a pain in the butt not growing at all until I stuck it in my greenhouse. So at least there's that. But I hope that it starts putting out those little funky shaped leaves again at some point. Here I have a Hoya Retusa and some moss that I need to wet. I let it get too dry and the roots got all desiccated and it was having yellow leaves, so I pulled it out and stuck it in water for a few days, and then I just put it in moss so it'll reroot. It's just I let it get too dry. That was on me. But I really like this Hoya. I feel like it's underrated. It's cool. It's super cool, and it's really easy to get. Like pretty much any site that sells Hoyas has Retusa, and it's going to be in stock because nobody buys it. This is Hoya Sunrise. You can see that it is a little bit stressed from my grow lights, a little pinky on the leaves. I got this as a freebie when I bought a cutting. Hoya growers and sellers are so generous. Like, I feel like most of the time I get a freebie when I order on Facebook or eBay, especially. They just give out, like, some sellers just give out the best freebies. So I got this as a freebie. It's rooted in 100% cocoa chips, and I mean, it's just so freaking happy with no drainage, and it literally couldn't be healthier. It looks great. And I just put out these 2 leaves pretty recently, so I was excited to see some new growth on that. Here is Hoya Burton, Spa Affinity. Burton, right? Is that how you say it? I bought this in a little 2-inch pot because it was blooming. And the blooms were just so cute, and it had kind of looked like it was going to be, like it was going to bloom again, but then I put it inside this cute little jar, and the peduncles like squished up against the wall of this thing, so I don't know if that is going to happen anymore. But I did see a mealybug on this, which is another reason why I put it in here, because I cannot deal with like a mealybug infestation amongst my Hoyas, especially coming from this guy, who's frankly like kind of disposable in comparison to some of my other favorites. So this guy's in here. I sprayed him with Captain Jack's dead bug, and I put some systemic in the medium in there, so there shouldn't be a mealybug problem. But I'm just going to keep it in here for a while just to watch it and make sure there'll be like mealybugs trying to come back. Okay, this glass is so dirty. It's like literally embarrassing, but my baby is obsessed with this thing, and she like literally tears this Hoya out of here constantly. And there's a piece of tape on the top because it usually has a ball to hold in moisture, or like a little like wooden ball. It's so cute. And the baby just takes it off, so I just let her have it, and now there's tape on top. But this is Hoya imbricata. I bought this Hoya a while ago, and oh my gosh, you can barely really see what's going on in there, but I thought that it was going to be way more difficult than it is. I knew that it was going to probably be a terrarium plant. Sorry if you can hear my little Boston Terrier snorting around. I thought it was going to be way more difficult than it was, and I anticipated that it was going to be a terrarium plant, as I said, and so it's done really well in a terrarium. You can see all these crazy aerial roots in here, and it just grows, and the new growth is just so silver and so beautiful. This is such a cool guy. I think I'm going to propagate it soon and have it grow in my greenhouse and see what it does. I'd love to see it, you know, get flat. But I probably need to be better about getting more moisture in here, because I've found that if I get more moisture in there, then the little chacos unravel and get a little flatter. I have like a piece of cork bark in here, and then it's rooted into like a big chunk of coconut. husk, like a hard chunk of coconut husk. So that's pretty cool. This is a cool one. This is my Hoya Helix. It was sold to me as pink splash, and it did have some pinky splashes on it, but it is, it's just a Helix. This is a cool one. It is literally where it stands on a shelf. It's hitting the ceiling because this tendril is so long, and it's finally starting to get some leaves along the stem. It's, you know, Helix are so easy to grow. They're just easy, and they're cool and splashy, and I don't know what else to say except this pot is super cool that I have. I got this for my birthday, this Helix, and then I got this pot for my husband. Another thing that I love to collect is pottery, especially mid-century modern pottery. I'm a little bit obsessed with that. This is another form of Hoya Elliptica that I got as a free cutting when I ordered a plant online, and I want to say it's Hoya Elliptica Philippines. Maybe I'm probably wrong, but it does have like the tortoiseshell type of leaves like the normal Hoya Elliptica does. This one is way more forgiving, I've noticed, than that one. That one, the normal one, just seems so fragile, and like if I do something wrong or forget to water, it's literally just gonna die. But this is cool. I was shook when I opened the package and got this as a freebie. This adorable angel is Hoya Kadara Sumatra. This is one of those that I thought was going to be a super hard grower, but I just have it, you know, on my Hoya shelf inside my house. No like extra humidity or anything, and it just grows and grows and grows, and the leaves are so cute and fuzzy, and they have some splashiness on them. And yeah, I bought this from a local seller, another woman who's totally into Hoyas here in Austin, Texas. So I'm lucky to live in a really planty city, and I can trade and sell amongst other collectors. I love it. Love this Hoya. This is another one I got locally. I traded a Monstera Albo for this. This is Hoya Carnosa Hollyanna, and it looks kind of like a miniature version of Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen, and it's just like has tiny little leaves. This one's pretty rare, and it goes for a lot when in auction on Facebook that I've seen. This is really cool. It wasn't doing a whole lot for me until I moved it into my greenhouse, so that's something to consider. It's not as easy as a Crimson Princess, even though it is just a Carnosa cultivar. Speaking of Carnosa cultivars, here is my Hoya Chelsea in this freaking adorable pot. Look at this. So it doesn't have a drainage hole in the bottom, but it has this little, just pull that off and let it drain, and then you just pop it back on. I just think this is so unique. And it looks like a woman's figure a little bit. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. This is my Hoya Chelsea. This is a Costa Farms Chelsea that most likely will never come to my area. So I bought this on Facebook Marketplace for a major upcharge, but I'm okay with it because number one, I've sold cuttings from it and made my money back, and number two, it's so pretty and huge, and the seller shipped it so nicely, so there was no damage, and it's just gorgeous. Like, look at that. what else could you want? I am a person that really just loves a green Carnosa, and so this plant really just does it for me. This little guy is Hoya Tom Sonyi. It was sold to me as Splash, but I don't know if that's a thing again. It does have a little bit of splash on it. It was just 2 cuttings that I bought on Etsy, and these are 2 baby leaves. They literally feel like bunny ears. They're so cute, so sweet. This Hoya is so freaking cute. I just can't wait till this one gets bigger. So cute. And this pot is a rose-grown pottery pot. And if you're not following that potter on Instagram, you totally should. It's like one of those deals where she restocks and they sell out in seconds. She makes like many different naked human figure pottery, and it's just gorgeous. And I got this secondhand from somebody on Instagram who was selling it, and I'm so grateful to have this. And I'm grateful to have this Tom Sonyi too. I love it. Just a few more. I have this as a Hoya Brevilotta. This is really easy for me to get locally for whatever reason. The greenhouses near me grow it. And this looks like that one Dischidia a lot. Dischidia and Bracha, is it? No. I'm not quite sure. But it looks a lot like a Dischidia, but this is Hoya Brevilotta. It has like kind of like cup-shaped leaves, and mine has a few peduncles on it. Maybe it'll bloom. It's a cool one. It's easy. This is one from Coco Ranch Hoyas that I got. She'll like, you know, have a ghost restock, and then I'll just literally just scramble to order whatever I can from her. And I got this cutting. This is Hoya Sprinkles. And this is the new leaf right here. It's a little bit red from my grow light, or like purplish. This is pretty. Like I said just minutes ago that I'm a sucker for just a plain old green Carnosa, so I'm down with this kind of Hoya, and I can't wait for it to get bigger. Cute. Here I have a Hoya Rotunda Flora in my little mid-century modern Kewpie pot. I have a matching little boy too, because I have a son and a daughter, and my husband found this at a garage sale, and then I had to track down another one so I could have a girl too. But this little guy just has like some cuttings of filled in there. But Rotunda Flora is one of those right now where, you know, during COVID it's getting really expensive, kind of hard to find, but this is a really, really easy grower for me. The leaves are fuzzy and rotund. So cute. And there's a little baby growth on here. I have a few of these around the house, just little clips that I've taken. And it's one of the Hoyas that I really love, and so when I really love a Hoya, I'll have a bunch of cuttings of it just in case one of them dies, and it's not a total loss. I totally recommend that you guys do that too if you have just one of a plant, to have just like a little cut on the side, because with Hoyas you just never know. Their roots are so precarious, and they could just decide, oh, I got too dry and I'm just gonna let my roots die, or you know, too wet obviously too. Okay, and here I have this diva. This is Hoya Waymane. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think it's Waymane Borneo is the correct name. This one gets like dark green, purplish leaves. Oh my God. Is this gonna be a wreck? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna leave it in there. It has dark green, kind of wavy leaves, and purple undersides of the leaves. This one is a Hoya that it likes to be in cold conditions, so and humid. So it's kind of a difficult one to grow. I got that one in a purge from Hoya How. Everybody knows him. Here in this jar, I have a Hoya Chine, and this is another one with just tiny, cute, amazing, adorable leaves. And this one I let get too dry, and the roots got desiccated, so I have it in here re-rooting, and it's being it's trying to forgive me for not watering it enough. Give it a little pull test. Am I making people squirm by doing this? Okay, so the roots look like crap. I'm just gonna put it back in there. There's a couple little white ones on there, so I'm seeing some new growth. Stick that right back in there. And put the top on. If your Hoyas start to look like really wrinkly and you water them and it doesn't get better, then pull it out and look at the roots and give the roots a little tug, and if the outer sheath of the root comes off, then those roots are dead. Cut them off, stick it back in soil, and give it a little bit of heat and humidity, and it'll come back. I feel like Hoyas are easier to re-root than they are to keep sometimes. Okay, last one. Here I have, I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but this is Hoya Maniperenzi. It's the reverse variegated Hindu rope. I got this one on Facebook. I was just lucky, and a girl posted them for sale, and I just happened to be right there at the right time. So I wrote sold, and I got it. I have another cutting of this in my greenhouse because I just don't want to lose it, and I kind of suck at Hindu ropes a little bit. This is a cool one. I feel like it's pretty sought after, even though people are finding them at Walmart and stuff in some other states in the United States. So that's it for my second Hoya collection video. I'll keep them rolling. I still have a lot more to cover. Like I said, I think I'll do about 20 each video, and we should get through them in maybe 5 videos. So I hope you guys like this one too. Stay tuned for my next videos, and follow me on Instagram. I'll follow back if you have a Instagram. Bye!